Job searching in 2026 is a humiliation ritual. You spend all this time building up your resume, only for it to get rejected by AI.
At this point, I've been on the job search for an extraordinarily long amount of time. I've interviewed for a lot of roles, and I have not been able to find a job. And throughout this process, there's been so much rejection, and I've gotten so excited that every time I think, well, don't take it personal. It's not the end of the world if you don't get the job. And then I go through the interview process and get excited about it and think that I'm a great fit. And just before I went to the gym today, I got another rejection email saying that they're going with another candidate.
I'm starting to believe the hype that actually nobody is hiring right now, and all the job listings you see are completely fake.
What is going on with the job market in 2026? People are out here hurting. Things are just getting from bad to worse. And so we're going to look at some videos that I found on what people are saying their experience have been this year looking for jobs, because it is not good. It is not good.
Job searching in 2026 is a humiliation ritual. You spend all this time building up your resume, only for it to get rejected by AI. Here's a fun fact for you. 75% of applications are never even seen by humans. They just get rejected by AI. In other words, you could be the greatest candidate of all time, but if you don't use the right trigger words, you're shit out of luck. So how do we counter it? We use AI to write resumes for us. So now you have two soulless robots interacting with each other. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to late stage capitalism.
So now you have to use AI to write your resume for you so that the other AI can recognize the keywords that it's looking for and accept your resume. And even then, sometimes they are training the AI to look for AI composed resume. So if you do it yourself, you're out of luck. If you have AI help you and the other AI realize, oh, this is AI written, you're out of luck. What do you have to do now?
You can manage to seduce a keyboard scanner, then you gotta deal with the HR ladies. Yes, the fakest people on earth. Meanwhile, you have baby boomers that have no idea what it's like to try to find a job in this economy, constantly talking shit. In the job listing, if it's even real, who knows nowadays with these ghost jobs, states that the salary starts anywhere between 40K to 80K, which is really just, hey, we'll give you 40K and see if you're desperate enough to take it. And if you get lucky enough to get an interview,
ghost jobs.
And if you get lucky enough to get an interview, you gotta pretend to give a shit about leveraging a cohesive system of unity and programming synapses. Whatever the Here's another fun fact for you. It takes the average person 1,200 applications to land a full-time position. That's right, 1,200. And joke's on you, in 2 years' time, AI is going to come in and replace you anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
AI is going to come in and replace you anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, there are so many people who have found jobs and then they probably lasted like 6 months to a year and they just all got laid off again. And it just seems to be like a cycle now that just keeps happening to everyone. And boomers, what is going on with the boomers? I mean, are y'all really that? At this point, you have so many people angry at boomers and the way how they're responding to what is going on. It's like their head is in the sand and they're just stuck in their day of like, back in my day, everything was good. Back in my day, girl, we're not in your day. Can you not tell? Anyway.
So I'm starting to believe the hype that actually nobody is hiring right now, and all the job listings you see are completely fake. I think it's a data mining operation. For what, I'm not quite sure. We'll find out probably in the future here. But on a more philosophical note, I feel like it's going to create this generation of people that are just, they don't believe in themselves anymore, even though they have the ability to create great things, be amazing, be everything that they went to school for and who that they thought that they were going to be. But no one's going to give them a chance or hire them because AI can literally do all our jobs right now. I mean, I'm even getting Claude to apply to all these places for me because it's not even really worth the time if no one's ever going to answer me. So kind of curious what you guys are thinking, what you're seeing, but I'm starting to believe the hype that none of these jobs are even real and nobody's hiring right now.
Wow. I mean, I think what he said there is true, because I was at TJ Maxx just browsing, and there were two teens walking down the aisle, and one of them was like kind of like lamenting to her friends. She was like, I've been searching now for 3 weeks and I can't find a job. And my daughter, who's a teenager, got an interview, went to the interview, and they told her that the hiring manager is not there, come back. And they never called her back. They never called her back to come for this interview that they had this position for. So I feel like a lot of it's just like a waste of time. Like, look, if you're not, just say you're not hiring. Just don't waste people's time. I feel like that is what's causing people to be so depressed and to feel like something is wrong with them. It's the same thing like going on a date with somebody and they hype you up and then they never call you back. It's the same thing that is happening here. People are just being strung along and strung along and strung along. And it's starting to affect people's mental health. It's starting to affect the way how people are seeing themselves. Because at the end of the day, you have people looking at you like, oh my gosh, you guys must be lazy. You don't care. And if I had bills to pay, I'll take any job and I'll do anything. And da 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 da. Which we will talk about that later on too.
I haven't been able to get a full-time job since graduating from college. And I don't even care if that's embarrassing, because the interview I just had, right, it's one of the first I've been able to get in months, all right? I'm hitting the 500 level of people I've reached out to, applications, cold calling, emails. Like my 9 to 5 is trying to get a job, and I'm really, really, really trying. Like the beginning of
I feel like some people's 9 to 5 now have been job searching and they are still not getting anything. And then there'll still always be somebody, well, have you tried doing more?
the interview is fine, and then we get halfway through and the guy says, oh, by the way, the position that, you know, you're interviewing for that you want doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, oh, okay. So like, what is? And he tells me, and it's something I haven't done, but I'm not like opposed to, because I literally will take anything at this point. And this interview was going on really, really long, like hitting the hour, and like I haven't been able to ask questions yet. And then I finally get around to start asking some questions, and I'm like, you know, what is the pay? And he's like, so probably around 35 to 36 annually with a 2 or 3 year contract. Like, what about relocation? Like, do you guys help with that? Oh, no, we don't do that. Okay. And I asked, like, well, are there opportunities to like get a pay increase and stuff, you know? And he's like, well, you could work overtime. This is for a job in a tourist town in Florida. What do you want me to do with $16 an hour and go get rent and move myself there at the same time? Anyways, I'm just so defeated, and I don't even give a shit if this is like embarrassing for me to post, because I'm so over it. Like, I'm so upset. Like, I feel like my college degree is worthless. I should have never gone into journalism. Like, it's just like, this is stupid, and I'm upset. And like, I hope that if anybody else is going through this, like, you're not alone. Like, it's like heartbreaking. Like, it takes a toll on you.
And you notice how as she talks and she starts to talk about like, oh, I just feel so stupid, and you know, it's like heartbreaking, how you can see people are really starting to break. They're starting to, like, now everybody's just saying like, I'll take anything. And you need to be careful with that. Okay, you guys really need to be careful with this I'll take anything, because be careful. It's like that saying, be careful what you wish for. There are predators out there who are waiting for somebody to say, I'll do anything, I'll take any job.
What happened to the days of teens being able to find a part-time job in the summer? I have taken Jordan and Leah around like the radius of where we live. There's a whole bunch of places. There's Burlington, there's Marshall's, there's Hobby Lobby, there's the Dollar Tree, there's Domino's, there's Walmart, there's everything around us, right? Nobody wants to hire them.
Ma'am, that is because the adults are working the teen jobs now, and there's nothing against that. I mean, you're an adult, you got to do what you got to do to pay your bills, but that is just how bad the job market is now. And as an employer, you're going to want to trust an adult over a teen because of work hours, reliability, and then you just trust adults more to do the job better than you would a teen. There's a lot more rules and regulations that companies have to follow when they hire teens that they don't have to follow when they hire adults. And then when the summer's over, the adult isn't going to quit the job like the teen would, because they have to go to school now. So it's just like an all-around better situation to hire the adult.
Gosh, it sucks. I mean, there used to be a time when like everybody knew teens were coming in to get jobs, and so it's almost like they were excited to have some fresh energy. You know, the teens are coming into work. I feel like people used to kind of look forward to teens used to look forward to summer, to finding jobs. Now you're gonna have teens just like sitting around the house because they can't find a job. Adults are struggling, then the kids are going to struggle too.
Just take any job for now. Okay, but then what? Because a lot of people did that. They took something just to have income, and now they feel stuck in it because leaving feels risky, and getting back to where they originally wanted to go feels more difficult than they expected. And I think that's why this advice is a little bit complicated, because it's not wrong exactly, but it also doesn't account for the fact that not every job is a stepping stone. Sometimes it feels like a trap, and I think that's part of the reason why I've started to try and make more options for myself.
I 100% agree with that. Not every job is a stepping stone. I've said before that not every money is good money. And that is a lesson that I have had to learn throughout the years as a nurse. I mean, yes, you want a job and you want to make money, but you kind of have to be careful because, like I said, there are predators out there. They are like on this little high horse. Like, there are some people out here who are just looking for a reason to be in some power, like some kind of like superiority complex, and they will just take advantage of you just because they know you are desperate for a job and you need a job. I'm not saying don't take the job, but just don't be careful of just going in with this, I'll do anything, because there are some people who they're bullies and they are looking for somebody to flex that power over.
At this point, I've been on the job search for an extraordinarily long amount of time. I've interviewed for a lot of roles and I have not been able to find a job. And throughout this process, like, there's been so much rejection and I've gotten so excited that every time I think, well, don't take it personal. Like, it's not the end of the world if you don't get the job. And then I go through the interview process and get excited about it and think that I'm a great fit. And just before I went to the gym today, I got another rejection email saying that they're going with another candidate, and people say like, well, it just wasn't meant to be. Then what is meant to be? Is this what's meant to be? Is this what my life is meant to be then? It's disappointing, and it becomes insulting to your intelligence. Like, why do you think that I can't do the responsibilities of this job? Like, you don't think that I can talk about this medical technology and electronic health records and billing and automated appointment scheduling? Like, you think that the candidate before or after me or somebody else can do it, but you're not going to move forward with me. You don't think that I'm capable of doing that job and being paid an extremely mediocre amount of money to begin with, and I'm competing with people that are younger than me.
That's a lot to take in right there, because it's almost now like she's comparing herself to other people. Like, what makes them better than me? Oh, you don't think I can answer the same question? You think I can't answer the phone, or whatever she just listed out there? But now people are in this place where they are like literally looking at the next person like, what makes you better? What, you know, and it shouldn't even like really be like that. But now it's coming down to that, to where it's like a dog eat dog world almost, to where people are sizing you up. Like, why did you get the job? Why do you deserve the job? That is crazy. And then if somebody gets a job, then you have to deal with somebody hating on you because they don't think that you deserve the job.
I just graduated like 2 weeks ago with a degree in computer science, and I've been specifically applying for kind of software engineering roles. So far I'd say I've applied to over 150 positions, and because like these companies are using AI to replace software engineering, like entry-level roles, it means that it's really hard and like really competitive to get these roles out of university. And I feel like this is just going to keep going forward as these AI companies develop better and better tools. Like, yeah.
So how does that make you feel about your future job prospects?
I mean,
Ugh, that's a stupid question. So how does that make you feel? I feel like shit. What do you think?
obviously, like I started back in 2022. I had like sort of no idea that, I mean, none of us said that this AI bubble would kind of boom. So kind of software engineering, I'd say, is really like the primary career path people would take, like coming out of a computer science degree. So now it feels like that career is sort of not safe at all. And in 20 years time, I feel like, even like 10 years time, I feel like it might not even exist at all. So now I've got to feel like
You've got to
I've
start
got to pivot
again.
and find something else, or yeah.
I think there's been a 16% decline in entry-level jobs since ChatGPT came out, not all necessarily because of that. I think I saw 28% of graduate jobs sort of in the past year or so. So you're looking at something that is currently a real problem. And we have all these lovely predictions that say, you know, by 2030 there'll be 170 million new jobs and the loss of 92 million old jobs, and that people need to transition. So you've got two problems. Is that right? And all of these new jobs will be created. And then secondly, do you keep the education system up, and do you have a place for these people who are caught in that transition point, which is happening right now?
Guess what? They don't have an answer. They don't have an answer. People are out here finishing college. And like he said, he was in school in 2022, right? In software. There was a time when, yes, tech jobs and AI and all of these stuff, people were excited to go to school and be software engineers and all of these things. And now it's like they created, or the people before him created the thing that would cause a lot of other people who are in that same field to lose their jobs. And then they've already used a whole bunch of people to train these AI programs, to where the AI programs don't need these people anymore to be trained. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.